Hello all. Just leaving the eye doctor here in King City / Tigard, Oregon. I think Google Maps still calls it Portland, but if you can put in Tigard, King City, it'll get you here. Which doesn't really have a whole lot to do with my video. Although my overall health situation, life update, I think is what I'm gonna title this video. But this is Blue Thunder 2169 KE7UUM and WROG 651. It is, give or take a few minutes, from 1630 hours. And so, yeah, I guess the videos have been, for about a year now, the videos have been not as much as they were for quite a while. And that's because, as many of you know, I had started working outside the home after 15 years of not working outside the home. For a handful of those years, staying with family, which was not a good fit. And things drastically changed medically for me, physically. I want to, obviously I want to say that I'm 100% because I've incurred new medical issues, but the RA, rheumatoid arthritis, is doormat, and I have faith that will stay that way. Although the rheumatologist I've seen recently says I do have that's high moderate, something like that is what she said, osteoarthritis, and it's really showing up in my hands, especially my left. However, with that being said, I'm also dealing with diabetic retinopathy. I have no idea how this phone holder in this is going to actually mesh up. It looks like it's probably going to be quite shaky. Possibly shaky, I don't know. Yeah, it's looking like it's shaky. If I put the phone in portrait mode, maybe it wouldn't quite be so much. But if I do that while I'm actually making the video, it'll be sideways. So I will have to start it and stop it again. The eye doctors that I just left is for the eye injections that I am been now receiving monthly for the last 4 months. And it is helping. And all the glory and praise goes to none other than Yah, the Creator. I've been trying to check into MARC, MARC, M-A-R-C, and that stands for McMinnville Amateur Radio Club, McMinnville, Oregon. I live in Newberg, Oregon now, and it's about 12 miles, 13 miles away, at least where the meetings are held, compared to where I live in Newberg. Newberg's not that big. I think like 25,000. McMinnville 30 to 40. I don't know. But my health, I think overall I feel good. I certainly feel better than I did years ago. And there's a lot of things going on. Life has been a lot better since my family we have our own place. Just 3 people and a small dog in a 1-bedroom it's challenging. It's working. It's definitely doable if you have the right setup, and actually I don't even know that I would say that we have the right setup, because we have a lot of stuff. It is wall to wall, and it's extremely overwhelming for my wife, but she could live with a lot less stuff than I can, and that's not a bad thing. And it's for me, there's a handful of reasons that it's harder for me to get rid of stuff. One, maybe because I actually, at one time in my life, in 2003, 2002, after my divorce, I was down to what would have fit in a station wagon, and actually still had room in the back seat to seat 2 people. But having a place of your own, no matter how small it is, it's truly better, I would say, most of the time, than living with other people, family. Now, in this day and age, sometimes things happen, and if you can make it work with family, friends, honestly, it's expensive. Especially right now. Especially where I shouldn't say especially, but especially right now. Not necessarily especially where we live, but where we live is one of the more expensive places in our area. And with that being said, I was hoping by this time of being back to work that something else would open up. Honestly, my heart was really into, and I was really, not my heart, but I was really wanting to, the heart is deceitful above all. That's what we need to remember as believers. If you're not a believer in Yahweh, God, the creator of all, my videos probably are not the best fit for you, because I talk about God a lot, and in a lot of them. I was hoping by this time that I would be able to be making enough money where I was absolutely whatsoever not getting any type of state assistance. And unfortunately, that's not the case. I'm not going to dabble too much into that, really. It is what it is. My family's doing the best that we can possibly do with our situation, and things are just it is what it is. In case anybody's wondering, on a side note really quick, I am on Highway 99W, and I am not exactly heading south, more like a southwest direction, 99W from I-5, and I think it's Tigard up there. Maybe not. But from 99W at I-5 to, wherever it ends, it kind of south and west, but is the direction that I'm, basically headed if I was to drive the whole way. But back on track. Oh yeah, actually, another side note. My car, I've got some minor front end quirks going on with it right now. It needs a whole bunch of work and just don't have the money for it. That's the other thing I've been dealing with is car issues, and hopefully Sunday I'm going to get it running better, smoother. So I've been trying to check in the nets. And last night when I did, I brought up some Simplex, wanting to know who would be interested in doing some Simplex operations. How far your mobile will reach to my mobile. How far away from each other can we go? And maybe, I can have somebody at home on their base if they want. That's fine. Just get out there and do some stuff. And somebody else popped in and had said something about what they remember and what they miss doing is what in the CB world I remember them being called fox hunts, where somebody goes out and talks every so often, and other people around, we go out and we find them, and then that led to talking to more stuff on different things of radio. And basically what I'm trying to say is I started talking to somebody and we exchanged emails, and a new spark, or a rekindled spark as you will, has regained light. I've never completely lost my love for radios, but over the last couple years, during COVID, I pulled out a CB and started trying to hook a 11 meter radio back up, and there was still something missing. Just a lot going on, but something over the last couple weeks that's really hit hard in my thinking is that we all need outlets. And it's not that I don't get peace and feel good after prayer time and reading the word, but there's for most of my adult life especially, I've always felt that my communication skills as far as radio goes, and the knowledge, which there's many people that know more than I do, however, with my knowledge and my ability, the skill, all that stuff, that it's for a purpose. I get it. Human contact interaction is important, and radio doesn't trump that stuff, and that's not what I'm saying. But I can list probably 100 incidences least in my life since 30, 40 years ago, where I have been able to help people, help someone out. Only a short story really quick. Long story short is that there was a boater out on the ocean, and I happened to be out there in my truck, and I was listening to always at least used to be listening to a scanner, and I had Coast Guard emergency frequency programmed in, and I heard a call come over there, that frequency, and long story short, somebody was out in the ocean in a boat, and their motor had died and they couldn't get it started, and they'd been trying for a long time. I heard the second call come out again a couple minutes later, and I heard a third call. Well, the third call, I was like, okay, something's going on. I never known of Coast Guard to not get back to people sooner than, a couple calls. So I sat and listened. And I went over to Channel 9 on the CB, and I called a Tillamook County deputy that I knew monitored back in those days. And he answered. And when I explained to him what was going on, he got on his radio, called his dispatch. Long story short, he came to my location, and he heard it over the scanner himself, and he called his dispatch to call Coast Guard. So there's one. There's many others. And I just think that it's time for me to buckle back down and get back to work on my general, get back involved, not necessarily club orientated, although I am a member of MARC now, McMinnville Amateur Radio Club. So see how this goes. For some of my closer friends that watch my videos or that know me a long time know that I'm not normally a clubber. I'm not into groups because I don't normally fit in. I'm normally the black sheep, because I don't always fit into crowds. I don't always play well with others, and it's not because I'm not a team player. It's because of the hypocrisy and the nonsense. And I know this video is long. I can't see it. My eyes are still halfway dilated, and many people don't even drive after these treatments, but I've got to get home. It's going to be a longer than normal video. So with that being said, the email correspondence last night, checking into that net yesterday. I don't want to say the person's name because I am... Oh. People behind me are getting over, and I'm like, what's going on? That's why. And it went by fast enough that I couldn't quite see what... Oh, that really shook the phone. And there's another one coming. Okay, well, I'm going to pause this video for a minute. I guess I should have looked at Facebook before starting the video and looked at YCN_watch. And speaking of which, looks like I just got some type of message from my son popped up on the screen. YCN Watch on Facebook. Go follow their page. It's a local what's going on scanner type of page. Okay, folks, I've got to stop this video and see what's going on. Okay, guys, I'm back for a short moment. Thanks for thanks for putting up with my ADHD brain and all my ums. Let me know one thing, what you think about the difference in orientation. I'm gonna, I guess, have to check this video out myself. I kind of lost my train of thought. Yeah, my son was informing me, Upbeat 88 was informing me of an accident on the other side of 99. Had I just let the video play, you could have seen the car in the ditch. A lot of people are always going way too fast on this road, and busy times of the day, traffic gets backed up, and then people are not paying attention, and they have to go off the road. And I've seen people out walking around. 3 police vehicles were there. So with all that being said, I'm trying to get back in the game a little bit more. A little bit more regularly. So I'm probably going to, at some point in time, make a part 2 to this video. This is part 1. But I've talked long enough for a video. I do appreciate all the followers. I've had a few, I've had a few new followers in the last year. Actually, quite a few. I think I'm over 300 now. Yay! Okay, coming down the Newburgh side of Rex Hill in Yamhill County, which is my home county for now. Bless you guys. Thanks for watching. More to come. More to come.